gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Student Council President Megan Justice.
Good morning, parents, teachers, and fellow students. We are here today to honor those of the graduating class of 1993. The last 3 years at Birney Middle School have truly been memorable for our graduating class. The Birney staff, I'm sure, will remember how our students' body has responded in extracurricular activities and academic excellence. We thank our parents, teachers, and coaches for providing us with the love, knowledge, and encouragement that have helped us be where we are today. Now it's time for us to say goodbye. You can surely bet that we have a storehouse of memories and training that we can reach into to guide us on our way to becoming responsible adults. And for my advice for the class of 1993, go field goals, and remember, a mistake isn't an error unless you refuse to fix it. Thank you.
Selected members of the Student Council should now come to the stage. Joe Ardafio, Keisha Edwards, Darnell Anderson, Sarah Reisick, Ihan Elias, and members of the faculty. Alicia Jones.
As we all know, the Birney Music Department is known throughout the state for its excellence in music, winning numerous awards. To support this drive and to help the Birney Music Department become even better, the Birney Middle School Student Council is donating $200 to the Birney Music Department. $200 to Mr.
would like to present you with this gift, so you can remember the 8th grade class of 1993 in more than one way. We hope you can use this gift for the incentive program in order to motivate all students. On behalf of the Student Council and Junior Optimists, we present this token of love to you, to Mr. Climby from the class of 1997. We hope you appreciate it.
I'd like to introduce to you now Mrs. Ann Dillon, our PTSA president.
And I would ask Mr. Henderson to come forth, please. This is truly a bittersweet moment for most of us. Mr. Henderson came to us 3 years ago, the same time you folks did. And like you, he is now completing his work here and will be moving on. The good news is that we know that he is not going to be a lost face to us, that we will continue to see him at SL over the course of the next several years. You know, they sometimes say that one person really cannot make that much of a difference. I think Mr. Henderson has proven that to be not true. So, on behalf of the whole school community, the the students, the parents, the teachers. The Birney PTSA thanks you, Mr. Henderson, for all that you have done, for your sense of excellence, for your sense of motivation, for your drive, for your energy, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much. I, too, would like to present a special award, and that's an award for a parent who has just done an outstanding job here at Birney Middle School over the last 3 years. This parent initiated a very special program for young people here at Birney Middle School. This parent invested a tremendous amount of time in building a very special program. And because of that, many of your students in the 6th grade, in the 7th grade, and in the 8th grade have had the opportunity to participate in a program that emphasizes very practical and special and unique experiences in the area of science and math. And the recipient of the first Birney Community Award goes to one of our very special parents, Mrs. Tracy Beckett. To Tracy Beckett for outstanding and dedicated service to the Young Astronauts Program 1993. Congratulations. And now to the class of 1997. You have come to a very important place in each of your lives. You really have done some very significant things here at Birney Middle School. You know, a lot of people say that we've been so instrumental in the success of each young person here this morning, and then thirdly, to recognize teachers and other staff members. Many of you came to Birney Middle School from elementary schools. Some of you came from other middle schools. Some of you came as very scared, confused students. Some of you even got lost. Some of you had difficulty even reading your schedule. And some of you really did struggle more than others. But you know, I wish I could really take the time this morning, and time does not permit, to recount student after student who has come to Birney Middle School and who has made significant progress. And I think of many parents that I have talked to and other staff members have talked to, and the struggles that they felt as they tried to get their son or daughter to achieve and make progress. But I want you to know that this morning we have many success stories to talk about. And you know, others of you never missed a beat. You came here doing an outstanding job, you had an excellent reputation, and you continue to do so. More that I say this, and that is, remember, you have a choice. How successful you will be depends on you. No one can make those choices for you. And you will be making even more significant choices as you move on to high school. And I would just like to read a poem to you that I think really captures what success is all about. And it says the following: if you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but you can't, it's almost a cinch you won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out in the world we find success begins in a person's heart and mind. And it all boils down to what starts in your heart and mind. Remember, one of the greatest secrets to success is hard work. And if I were to give you any advice this morning, after all the words are gone, I would say, work hard, and then again, work hard. And to parents and to families, you've had a real investment in these students. And you know, I know when you came to middle school, you wondered if you would ever make it. And just then, congratulations, they have made it. And sometimes I know it didn't seem like they would. In fact, there's an individual, he's a well-known author by the name of Charlie Shedd. He kind of summarizes the parents' experience. He said in early years on the speaking circuit, before he was a father, he called his message about raising children, how to raise your children, and people came in droves to hear it. Then Charlie had a child. It was a while before he gave that message again, and when he did, it had a new name, Some Suggestions to Parents. And then 2 more children, and a number of years later, he was calling it Feeble Hints to Fellow Strugglers. And then several years later, he seldom gave that talk, but when he said, when they go on to high school, never forget that. Sometimes they may push you away, but your involvement is absolutely critical. And then finally, to the teachers and staff, we'd like to express our appreciation to you for the fine job that you have done, and the fact that you have invested a tremendous amount of time, not only in the classroom, but outside the classroom, in the lives of the young people here this morning. And I'd like to just read an excerpt from what one student wrote about his teacher as he moved on, as he plans to move on to high school. He says, and he begins to talk about the teacher, and he says, this teacher is retiring, and with that teacher, I retire from Birney also. And like myself, that is not an ending, but a new beginning on the horizon for her. Will she remember me? I hope so. But let me reassure you, I will remember you, and I hope you will remember how many people you've touched and helped to become their best. Goodbye, and thank you for just being you. And so I leave you with that thought, and I express congratulations once again to the class of 1997, and I look forward to seeing many of you at Southfield later. Have a great summer. Russell, wonderful assistant principal, Mr. John Durbin, Margaret Claus, and Jill Bussler, our 3 outstanding counselors. Why don't you come up right now and we'll present the
Jennifer Abu. Dorn Adams. Onyekachi Agawa. Mariah Akodov. Rhonda Allen. Darnell Anderson. Janae Anderson. Charnel Anderson. Joseph Ardafio. Jennifer Austin. Jennifer Beatty. Kristen Beckett.